I'm Winglyss and welcome back to Every Version MC, and it has been a minute. I went on a temporary hiatus because I was graduating from college, and I officially have graduated. I needed a tiny bit of time just to rest, but I've had that, and now we are getting back to it. Now, today's episode is going to be a little bit different because we are going to be doing two versions in this episode. Basically, there are two versions left of Infdev. However, one of them, I believe, got renamed to Alpha 1.0. What in the world is going on? You know what? This is about right. This is about right. But one of the versions, I believe, is technically Alpha 1.0, so we are just going to be doing both versions and potentially going into Alpha. It's not labeled as Alpha, but apparently it got nicknamed to Alpha, so I don't know. But first things first is putting names on the sign. I honestly cannot remember if I already did this sign or not, so here are a few people who have commented on previous videos. Just a shout out to my first viewers. I'm not going to try to say names because I know I'm going to completely butcher it. But huge shout out to all these people for being early viewers. If you would like to have your name added to the shoutout grove, just leave a comment and I will add you to the list. I will not be adding people every single time like Stampy did. I'll just do it every once in a while, but I thought this is a fun way to thank people for coming and watching my content. So let's go into what the plan is for today. Basically, my thought was let's go ahead and make ourselves a nice little area over here. So obviously that's a huge thing, and I was thinking we could have little docks here with sailboats. So I'm going to be attempting to make that. Also, one little update to this area. I have decided to remove the path that I had on the beach. I think it's a lot more fun to have it just be sand. However, we will have paths going into the main town that will start right here, and maybe some other areas as well. I was planning on starting this video in the daytime, and I misjudged where I thought the sunset was sunrise. I was looking the wrong direction. So we're just gonna be building this in the dark. So for this version, we are going to be building the dock part. So basically we're just gonna have it go out like this the entire way. And I'm doing it 2 down so we don't have the ugly water. Oh, there's creepers. As long as I stay over there, we're good. But we're just going to make the nice little dock part. And then we are going to try to make it so there is sailboats. There's a good chance these sailboats are going to be questionable at best. Because my thought is we can... Oh my goodness, I'm trying to just hit that. My thought is to use stone for the sailboat and then wool, obviously, for the sail. But there's a huge chance that this is just gonna end up being ugly. And you know what? That's fine. Not everything needs to be pretty in life. Sometimes a little bit of ugliness is needed. Oh. I'm going to... How many times am I going to fall into the water? It's not going to be a terribly long episode for us coming back. We are basically just going to be building this dock and like 2 sailboats. I think I'm going to do one right there and one right here. I think I'm going to make this slightly longer. But I feel like this is a good way to get back into it. The day that we have shift, I will celebrate. Because we do not have shift yet, so I have to get creative for how to not fall in the water. And I'm not doing a very good job, as you can tell. A little bit of plans for this series. So, today marks the end of us building this entranceway. So obviously we're building the sailboats. However, we are going to be leaving the main ship for a later time. And we are going to be working on the town instead next. I'm debating making it so these are too wide. I think I'm gonna leave it like this, but we're gonna actually make one more right here. And then I'm gonna add the logs at the end. Actually, let's go ahead and add the logs for these two already. Oh goodness. Yeah, we are going, at the end of this episode, we are putting a hold on the beach area, and we are going to be starting all work on the actual town itself. Because I think it's time for us to get a move on. Plus, starting alpha and making the town, I feel like that just makes a ton of sense. We'll be able to build our first house in alpha version. Wait, well, not the first house of the series, because I did like the temporary houses, but you know what I mean. The fishing hut does not count as a house. That is more of a, it's kind of like a campsite in my brain. It's something that you only use temporarily. Is this the one that we put a torch on? It is. Lovely. But I think this will be all very good. Also, just saying my current plans for YouTube. Oh my goodness, my current plans for YouTube. I am planning on trying to post 1 to 2 times a week once I'm all back up to what I want to do for the series. Basically, we are going to be doing a every version MC episode every Wednesday, and then as I finish other videos, whether it's a SMP video or whether it's a one-off video, whatever it is, anytime those are done, I'm going to try to post those on Fridays. So that is my plan. I'm hoping I can get into it. I have a ton already filmed to do Friday videos, so there's probably going to be a lot of Friday videos for the coming months. But after that, it may not be every week. It may be every other week or once a month. But I'll try to keep it to be weekly for this part. But now that we have the 3 little docks all set up, I think it is time for us to go to the version that may be Alpha 1.0. And we will build the boats. So I will see you in just a second. Okay, and welcome to the next version. So this is one that is Infdev. It was originally released as Infdev and all the numbers that you will see in the description. However, it sounds like after this they released Alpha 1.0.1 and not Mojang. Notch ended up deciding to rename this to 1.0 if I am understanding everything correctly. So, this is if I am correct, this is technically the first version of Alpha, and I am so excited for us to be here. Like, it still says Infdev, but it got renamed or whatever. So, let's go ahead and try to make an okay-ish looking boat. I have zero clue how this is gonna work. Oh, I should have done this block instead. Oops. So my thought is if we go like this. Oh, this is gonna suck. You know what? This is fine. I'm trying to build this. But my thought is just do like this for a section. We'll break that. And have it go out to here. So 1, 2... I don't know what in the world this is gonna look like. Let's break this one. I'm not going into the depths to find that. That can stay where it is. But my thought process is just having it be this very ugly stone thing. I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I thought this would be an interesting plan, and it's turning out to just be ugly. You know what? I'm okay with that. We can have ugly little boats. Eventually we can come in and make them pretty. But my thought process is just going like this for the entire underbit. Can I stop being in a current? That would be amazing. Get all of our oxygen back. And then for the very back, let's just make it square at the back. Why not? This is probably the ugliest boat I have ever built in Minecraft. What have I done? You know what? Oh, I forgot that you have to time your jumps. You can't just jump. This is so ugly. Can I make it? Yes. Okay. Oh, this is so ugly. What am I doing? I apologize for whatever this is. It was not my intention to make something so ugly, but here we are. Okay, which way do I want the flag to go, though? Not the flag. The sail. Oh my goodness. Let's have the sail go to the front. Have the sail be like this. And then... goodness. Up. Up. Do 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 do. Up, up, up. There. How does that look? I thought I was gonna take damage right there. Oh. Oh no. It needs to be at least $1. Oh, that is so ugly. But you know what? Not everything in this world is going to be pretty. If we're building it in old versions, it is gonna have ugly bits. So it'll be like that. How would it look if I just leave it like that? No, it needs to be taller. Let's go down, see if it is good enough. I think the only thing... I think I need to push it back, like, to the end. And then it's good enough. So we'll have it here instead. I think this is gonna be good enough once we've done this change, though. But if we just break these, I believe that is our very, very ugly boats made. Oh, goodness. You know, this is kind of like, you know how you go to some lakes and they have like those boats that you can rent out, but they're always covered in like algae and stuff? This is our boats covered in algae. You know what? I'm okay with this. I may want to just add 2 more pieces of wood right here and here. Does that make sense? No, I do not want those there. Once we break this, I'm gonna call that good enough, and we will go and build the other 2. Right off of the torch is the first one. Let's go ahead and place all of this. And it goes 1 past, okay. Eh. Does this actually connect with the wall? No, it does not. Okay. I forgot that the normal swimming is in the game, and I tried to do the current version of swimming. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this then. And then this. This. Let's go under. Oh, we need a ton more stone. I didn't anticipate it to take this much. I did prep some stone, but clearly not enough. You know what? We have one boat done. Honestly, I say let's just do the 2 boats for now. And we may add a 3rd one later. Why is there a sheep just swimming in the water? You know what? Sheep can do whatever sheep wants. Now, let's quickly see if I have any stone available. Because I am not sure. I put my armor that's breaking in there. None. None. Okay, I only have cobblestone. Great planning I did. This is fine. We can make this work. So, it is way too dark for me to do any of the stuff underwater right now. So we're going to do this back section instead. And we can do the sail at night. How many did I make that? This is the final one. And then it starts going back. And we can do the sail bit, so that will go like this, this, and this is when it goes out for the first one. I do not want to fall into the water and have to get my way back up. Then it goes out to the next one. Yes! I may need to put a torch on the boats, I'm realizing. Then we go up 2 more, and this is when it reconnects here. And then 2 more, but this is the final one here. Maybe I need to have torches at the top. There's no monsters yet, so let's go ahead and do that. I don't think I have any prepped, but we can easily make a few. Because honestly, we only need to do the first 4. Okay. And let's go ahead and grab what's done. Yeah, that was definitely needed. So we'll just tower up with dirt again. And we'll place this up here. And let's put one at the... Let's put one in the center of the boat as well. Just because you need all the torches in the early versions. Nothing lights up at all. But this is good enough for us to get this wall done. This is not a wall. This side done. Then we just have the underwater bits to do. So it's going to be very dark for a minute, I apologize. But we just need to go like this. Boom, 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 up for air. And I believe I went to the next one like immediately. Yeah. So we need there. And we ran out of blocks. We are so close to done. And then we can pretend that we didn't commit this atrocity that we did. They're ugly, but I feel like they kind of fit in somehow. I feel like that's just how old Minecraft is. Like, it doesn't look good, but it's in the vibes of everything around it, so it's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and put that torch in the middle. Okay, at this point, we just need that little back section, and then the boat is finally done. Because I believe it's just to the very end, right? Yeah. It's to the very end. And then we will officially be done with Infdev. I am so excited to be done with this. Like, I started playing in alpha, so we are about, well, we're still kind of far away from the version I started in. Because I started in like 30 versions from now or something like that. There are so many. There used to be updates like every other week. It was insane how often these were updated, which makes sense. It was very early stages of developing the game. But we're almost done. Just need 3 more blocks and we can go to alpha. I'm sure the 3 are done, right? Yes. We can place this and then finally be done with this monstrosity that I have created. Oh goodness. There we go. Perfect. So that is our 2 ugly sailboats all done. That is our very ugly sailboats. I mean, they really fit in with what we've built so far, but they are quite ugly. But at this point, we get to officially say goodbye to Infdev and hello to Alpha. And I think that is where we are going to be ending this episode. I hope you all enjoyed so much. Honestly, I'm happy to finally be back. As always, remember, take care of yourself, eat some food, drink some water, get some sleep, whatever your body needs, please take care of it. And reminder, if you would like to be in the shoutout shoutout grove, just leave a comment and I will add you to the list. And with that, I will see y'all in the next episode. Goodbye!